How you guys doing? Joe here. If you guys know me, and many of you do, some carnally, you'll know that I like to save money on products when I go shopping. Well, a company called Votatu out of China reached out to me because they've seen the channel, they've seen the growth you guys have encouraged by hitting that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. And they said, hey man, I know that you're starting to do more reviews on things. Would you like to check out one of our optics? And I said, sure. So they sent me their new PMD-505. It is a red dot that is kind of in the vein of a competition style, but it actually comes with a lot of features that you wouldn't expect for the price point. I'll be linking them down in the descriptions, obviously. I have it mounted on a gun, but this is a second one they sent me, so we can take a closer look at it. So first thing you'll notice when you look at it is it has a pretty cool design to it. It's made out of military grade aluminum or aluminium, depending on where you live. And it looks very solid. It has kind of a forward canted lip on it, kind of like Vortex style, which I approve of because it actually gives it a little bit of a shelf so it protects the glass, which is always important. Comes mounted on a piece of pick rail adapter. So you can run this as a backup, like 45-degree sight on your carbines and whatnot, put it on a shotgun, all that good stuff. Has one battery already installed and it comes with a secondary battery. It is available with two different modes right out of the box. So it's competing with like the 507 series, which is pretty good for the value considering this is roughly half the price of a 507. And it comes with the rail mount. Has a dot and then it has a reticle dot. Sorry, it's not going to really focus on my camera because of everything in the background. But as you can see, so that's the single dot. And then you can just hold it and it'll go to the circle dot, which again is much blown out on camera, but it looks really good in real life. And it seemed to work really well at the range, TLDR again. But I like the way it looks. I like the compact design on it. It means it'll fit on a lot of different firearms. It does go with the RMR bolt pattern. So it will fit on just about everything. So it is wider than the Rmrsc, but not by much. But the body is small, which I like. Comes with a spare battery, which is nice to see because it's not your standard 2032. It's actually the CR632 battery. So it's nice to give you a spare one. Thank you very much for doing that. I recently acquired some optics from another company for a test and no batteries, which is a little annoying because then I got to go out and spend money to do a review. Comes with an Allen key and the adjustment tool. So don't lose those. You'll need those. A very welcome thing, and it's something I've actually had to spend good money out of pocket to get, is it comes with an assortment of mounting hardware. So you have 4 different sets of mounting screws. So you have short and long, M4 and M3, I believe, or M8. I can't remember which way it goes. But yeah, so you get all the different types of screws you need to mount this to just about any firearm, which is a bonus because I can't tell you the number of times I bought other companies' optics and I've had to buy secondary screws just to mount their optics. So good on you for that one, guys. Comes with your little manual right here. So if you need to know what's going on, it's kind of the Apple style accordion, but it's a red dot. So if you're a red dot guy, it should be pretty intuitive. Comes with a cleaning rag and then obviously the top of the box. I like how small and compact the box is. When a company makes a giant ass box for a tiny ass optic, it gets a little annoying. But yeah, that's awesome. So you can stick that in your range bag. That way you have your extra screws, you have your adjustment tools, all that stuff, and you can put it on the go. So the gun that I used it on is my Taurus G3 Tactical. This is a very good value if you're looking for a suppressor ready, optics ready, not $900 gun. These run for under $500, so I thought it would be perfect for this purpose. Also, the Taurus is available with a multitude of plates. As you can see, it comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total plates, which literally means I can mount any optic to this gun, which is why I'm using this as a future testing bed. Also, I got the Happy Stick for no reason. It's a Pro Mag, so it won't be staying with the gun, but I thought it was funny to have. Yeah, just keep going here. I don't know how this goes on. Just going. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, that's going to be a future testing platform for the channel. So that's awesome. I threw the optic on it. I didn't notice because I pulled the battery out to see what size the battery was without realizing there was a second in the box and I lost the screw. That was on me. If you do take your screw out, just put a little dab of Loctite on there and that'll keep that on there. TLDR, Daniel and I took it out to the range and we put several hundred rounds through this gun, and it held zero beautifully. Very happy with that. And the fact that it ran hundreds of rounds while missing the screw, again, means that it's finished very well because it didn't walk or go anywhere. Has the standard controls on the side. Also, side mount for the battery tray. Come on, other manufacturers that aren't doing that. But yeah, very nice, very easy to use. I have it co-witnessing with the suppressor height sight. So basically you just set the dot down on the very top edge of the front post, and this thing is literally shooting where you point. I love that. Took less than 20 rounds to get it sighted in. The adjustment screws have clicky, clicky, clicky when you're adjusting it. So you can adjust it by clicks, just memorize in your head how far it moves, and then you're ready to go. And once it was set, didn't have to use any set screws or anything like that. I know like some of the Vortex Vipers, you have to use set screws on the back of the optic. Not the case with this guy. And we were racking it off the optic. You know, I was bouncing it around. Never lost zero, which was very impressive, which is a very important thing. Now, us as amateur shooters, and I very much consider myself an amateur shooter. I'm an okay shooter. I can hit no problem at, you know, whatever, 30, 40 yards, but I'm not a professional shooter. I'm not a competition shooter. And that's where an optic like this shines, because for 95% of us, this is going to be absolutely perfect for us. We don't need a $500 optic for 90% of us that are going to take it to the range. We're going to shoot a little bit, or if you want to carry the gun and you want to put an optic that's smaller yet seems to be well built so that you don't have to spend $600 for a Trijicon RMR just to never even use the damn thing. So for the price of a Trijicon RMR, you can have 4 of these guys, mount them on all your guns, get good with all your guns, and then your cost of training goes down. And that's where these, I hate to say budget optics come from, because they're not budget, they're just better priced. You know what I mean? They're more reasonably priced. Look how thick that aluminum body is on this guy. And you'll see that it's actually a very, very healthy amount of aluminum that's protecting it. It uses glass, not plastic, for the lens. So you don't have to worry about it getting corroded by the powder when it comes out of there. It has the ability to co-witness with a standard height front sight, should you be mounting it on a gun that loses its rear sight. That's the other reason I like this gun, because it retains its sights. But if you need to, you can co-witness through that with standard height sights. Never had an issue. It didn't affect it. It's so light that it doesn't affect the cycling of this firearm, even when it was suppressed. Had no effect on it at all. And it even comes with a nice little cover. So when you put it up on your wall, everybody's like, ooh, what's that? And then you tell them, hey, man, that's my G3 with the Votatu. And yeah, it's a silly name. No offense to the company. It's a silly name. But the optic itself is speaking for itself. And that's one of the biggest things I deal with here on the channel. Here's the rub of everything, okay? This was a review sample. No money was exchanged. I don't take money for reviews. I refuse to take money for reviews. I told them, send on your optic. I'll let it stand on its own merit. They've been patient with me because I've been sick the last couple of weeks. I've had a little bit of time at the range with it. I'm going to go to the range next week and do some extended shooting footage with it to show that it is holding zero. I'm going to shoot it, 40, 50, 60 yards with it and show you that this red dot actually is quite accurate. And I'll let you draw your own conclusions after we've done that. But for right now, I can tell you that optic works well on that gun. And it will work well on any of your thinner guns, such as your Glock 17s, Glock 19s, because it doesn't hang over the sides, yet it still gives you a decent window on it. What else can I say about it? The construction feels nice. I've banged it off of a bunch of tables, and as you can see, the finish isn't completely gone or anything like that. It's got a chip in it. Obviously, when you're banging it off a table, you're going to scratch your finish. But overall, it's been holding up very well. I'm not being gentle on this on purpose. I'm subjecting this to the kind of stuff that you probably won't. A lot of you guys that take these things just to the range and you just want to be accurate and shoot, you'll never be as hard on your optics as I am. And it's holding up fine. I think that it's definitely worth at least taking a look at if you're going to be spending some hard-earned money on some optics. So far, I've yet to see any of my members or subscribers on the channel that have had bad experiences with them. So that means that I can recommend them. And I hope you guys have a great experience with it. So check out the description. I'll link a discount code as well as where you can buy the things. They drop ship from Amazon, so you don't have to wait 3 weeks to get it. I think it's definitely worth checking out if you don't want to spend a grip of cash on your optic. So if you own one, let me know what your experience has been. If you've had any issues with customer service, if you've done any of this, any of that. As you know from the TSOS debacle, if I have a problem with the company, I'm calling them out. We are not going to stand on our hindquarters and take it up the poop chute just to get free swag. We are going to be honest and tell you our opinions. So after using it for a couple weeks, I like it. We'll see what the long-term prognosis is. It will be coming off of that gun and going on to other guns because I will be testing it on a 45, probably mounting it on an AR-10 to see how it handles a 308. And we'll just have some fun and just keep moving from there. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, become a member, order from Votatu. Use my link. They'll give me a little kickback just on a, hey, thank you for promoting our product kind of a sense. And let me know, again, if you have one, how it's holding up for you. If you want to see other videos on optics, make sure you come back for those. I have the full-size vector optic stuff that I'm reviewing and a few other companies. So other than that, I am done ski, out ski, and running away ski. Still not feeling well, so I'm getting back into my hibernation mode. Come back for the next live, which is Wednesdays, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays at 7. Come back for the next videos, Tuesdays and Fridays, and I hope to see you later. And there's a fourth finger for you. I'll talk to you later.